Hey guys, welcome to the second video on my channel. I'm very excited to be out here trying to bring content to you guys. So today I'm going to be doing a fill on my sister, and I already cut out the part where I filed it and shortened it because since her nails were a bit longer, it did take me a while to thin them out. So I'm going in right now with the nude from Not Polished. Super pretty, and it also has subtle sparkles in there too, so she's going for a holiday look, so this will be really cute for that. Typically in the salon, I just use clear acrylic and go over it with different color gel polishes. So I was really nervous on whether or not I thinned out the white enough, but this Not Polished acrylic covered the white really nicely. So I'm glad that that worked out for me. And on the ring finger and the thumb, it is a little bit more sheer. I didn't thin it out all the way because the gel polish I was going to put on top was going to be a solid color anyway, so it didn't really matter what it was going to look like.
Turn me inside out, make my heart speak. Need no one else. You're all I need. Personality, everything you do. It's me, love, everything about you.
Now to finish file, I'm going to be using this 100 grit file. I got it from Y&B in Detroit, but after I'm done with these, I'm probably going to move on to an 80 grit just because I really love crispy square nails. So I'm going in with this, and on the sidewalls, I'm just making sure that I'm using my file at a 90-degree angle to get that super crisp straight square. And on the free edge, I like to go in an up and down motion because I feel like it just looks a lot more crisp. I'm also filing on the underside of the nail just a little bit, just because she has a bell-shaped nail plate naturally and she doesn't really like that, so I am filing into her natural nails just a little bit to complement the shape of the nails that she's going for. After I'm done filing all the fingers, you just want to make sure to flip your client's hand over to give you another perspective on what the nails really look like, because the perspective you look at their nails may not be how they view them. So if you look at this angle, you can see if there's anything that's a little crooked or off, so you could adjust it for them. Now to finish file, I'm going to be using a fine barrel bit, and to make sure that I'm pretty organized, I like to just kind of do a horseshoe shape around the cuticle area and the side walls, and then go up and down to remove some of the bulk, and then I go left and right to make sure that everything is completely smoothed out. I also like to use the E-file underneath the nail just to make the arch and C-curve of the nail a little bit stronger for structure, and it just makes it look a lot cleaner. So I just showed you 2 nails because you kind of get the idea of it, and it is pretty repetitive, but this is how I do it and this is my routine. After e-filing, I'm just going to check her nails at another perspective again, just because sometimes when it's thick or thin in certain areas, the shape may be thrown off because of that. So you always want to double check your work.
Come and take your place, 'cause the love you give, it can't be replaced. See, no one else can do what you do. That's why I spend my life with you. I wanna please you in any way I can. I wanna share my world, don't you understand? Your love is a one in a million.
So for her nail art, I just found something off of Instagram, but since the photo online was a lot longer than what her nails are, we're just going to do them shorter and a little bit more condensed on the nail art. So I'm going in with my dotting tool. This is a super easy snowflake. These snowflakes only take about a minute to do on each hand if you learn how to do them, which is good if you want to upsell nail art to your clients, but you want it to be quick and easy. On the other 2 fingers, we're going to be doing some diagonal Frenchies, and those are going to have candy cane swirls and some gems. These are actually really easy to do, and if you need help doing straight lines, my best advice to you would definitely be to keep the brush in one place, and you can tilt the finger upwards, or sometimes I just get a tighter grip on my nail art brush, and that'll bring the brush just a little bit closer to me, but will still give you that really straight line. And for whites, I really like using the Creations white, and the blue that I'm using is from Beetles, but they were giving me a really hard time, I think because they were in a room that was really warm, so that might have been the reason why.
Baby, you don't know what you do to me. Between me and you, I feel a chemistry. I won't let no one come and take your place, 'cause the love you give, it can't be replaced.
Next, we're gonna do the candy cane swirl on these Frenchies. And shout out to my sister for sitting through all of this, because it really took me forever to figure out how I wanted them to look. I felt like sometimes they would look kind of tacky or just thick or not clean. So I ended up redoing them so many times until I got it right on her. So shout out to my sister for being patient with me. And I basically just did a blue line across the French, and then I did 4 lines and made every other line thick. And I tried to make it a little bit wider at the base of the nail, so it looked more like a candy cane swirl and not just some random lines on there. So make sure you just take some time to detail that out so it doesn't look too tacky. So now I'm going to put bling on her nails, and I'm going in with some hard gel from Light Elegance, and I'm just putting a blob down so that I can sink the gems into the blob. And I do that to make sure that I know that the edges of the bling are completely surrounded, completely sealed. And then when I go in with my no wipe top coat, I can really push the gel against the edges of the bling to make sure that they're sealed and that they're not gonna pop off so fast. And since she was sitting for me for so long, I just did the bling on all those fingers at once. But if I were to do it on a client, I would do one finger at a time and cure it, just because sometimes with it being gel and it's self-leveling, it'll move around a little bit and move your bling around. And sometimes it won't even move until, it gets into the light, which would be a pain in the butt to fix. So if you're doing this on a client, I would definitely recommend doing one finger at a time, unless your bling gel was super thick and didn't move at all. If you made it to the end of the video, I appreciate it so much more than you realize. I just moved to a new state and I'm starting fresh with clientele after being pretty booked out. So videos might not come super fast since my clientele isn't that high yet. But I hope you enjoyed this video and hanging out with me. And I hope to see you in my next one. Bye.